Let's head over to Uniondale now, where I introduce you to some truly inspiring medical volunteers.
You remember who's in this movie?
Yeah.
Who's in this movie? He won the Oscar.
George Alvarez is the kind of son any mother or father would love to have. He's thoughtful and helpful. He also teaches his dad, Daniel, a native of El Salvador, a lot of stuff younger folks sometimes seem to understand better, like how all of today's new technology works. And when George is not away at college, you can find them both relaxing in the yard. But perhaps the most important thing they do together is to take a walk, a few blocks from their Uniondale home to a place that has made a world of difference for Daniel, a difference between pain and comfort, sickness and health.
Tell me if it hurts you when I go like this.
Yeah.
After Daniel Alvarez hurt his back on the job in 2004, he ultimately ran out of health insurance and found it impossible to get necessary medical treatments until he found out about RotaCare, a nonprofit agency that uses space inside the A. Holly Patterson Extended Care Facility in Uniondale. At RotaCare, their motto is free health care for people in need, which definitely includes the Alvarez family.
The bills were stacking up.
Put out your hands straight.
My dad received everything from patient doctor visits to medication to other specialists outside RotaCare, and that was all free for us. So it was a burden lifted off of us and our family.
Alvarez, like many Long Islanders and other Americans, fall through the cracks when it comes to health coverage. They are, for one reason or another, not able to get medical attention and often depending on emergency rooms for care, which ultimately drives up the cost of health care for everybody. But with RotaCare, medicine, tests, all free, with care provided by volunteer doctors and nurses.
People here need this place. I've met so many people here that come in day out asking for help.
And that includes people like Chrissy, who does not want her face shown. She's another longtime RotaCare patient. This place is a lifeline for her. She has a job, ironically at a pharmacy, but her company offers no health coverage, and she makes too much for government assistance, yet not enough to buy private insurance. So she's been coming here for 8 years now.
I was able to stay on Cobra for a couple of months, but it's so expensive that I had to give that up. And I hadn't seen a doctor for a couple of years, and I wasn't feeling well, and they did get me an appointment, and I've been here ever since. I don't think I could survive without RotaCare. They saved my life. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I have asthma. I have high blood pressure. Thank God everything is under control now, but without RotaCare, I would have nowhere to go.
One of the medical people running RotaCare is nurse practitioner Marianne Sherrill, who is a clinical director and not collecting a paycheck for her work. She's been volunteering here since the beginning in 1996, when RotaCare started at the Mary Brennan Inn in Hempstead. She moved with the program to its present location on Jerusalem Avenue in Uniondale. RotaCare uses donated space there.
The people you see in the waiting room are human beings like everyone else, and they have the same medical problems as people that are insured. And these people, they have chronic illnesses that aren't being cared for, and when they come into us, they are already damaged. Many of them, they'll have heart problems because they had untreated diabetes. They'll have heart problems because they never had blood pressure medications because they can't afford it.
Having this setup not only saves the county millions of dollars a year in indigent care, but also saves hospitals money because although some of them still donate services through RotaCare, they're not seeing the same amount of uninsured people a year. But for Cheryl, the biggest reason for doing this is the patients.
The people I see here, they're just absolutely wonderful. I've known them for 10 to 15 years. I know about their families, I know about their problems, they know about my problems, and it just is a wonderful feeling to be able to help them.
Perhaps not so surprising, another one of the volunteers is George Alvarez. It matters so much to him that RotaCare, which initially was set up by the Rotary Club Service Organization, was able to help his dad. He decided he wants to be a doctor, and in the meantime has been offering his services doing clerical work and translating for patients.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. If you need any other medication, they will call you down. to the next room. It makes me feel amazing. I really, I come here, I leave with a smile on my face because I know I've done something to help people like my dad. One day I came over to translate because there's somewhat of a language barrier between my father and the patient and the doctor. And I enjoyed the visit here, and a few years later, I was only 13 at the time, after school I came and I volunteered here, translating from English to Spanish and vice versa.
And you do that sometimes still?
I do it all the time here, yeah, definitely. I'm on the front desk, patients come, we make appointments, I come in with the doctor sometimes, with the nurse practitioner, we translate. You can't lift it higher than that.
Right now, RotaCare is only open a few days a week because there are not enough volunteer doctors and nurses to staff it for the rest of the week. It hopes that changes soon. Meantime, patients tell us those who are volunteering now are all heroes on our island.
They are definitely heroes. I call them my guardian angels because they look over me. They've taken such good care of me through the years, and they're just wonderful people, donating all their time, and they're so caring and kind. I couldn't, I really couldn't survive without them.
I wouldn't call myself a hero because I just, it's something that needs to be done. I mean, it's a shame that other people aren't doing this, but no, the heroes are not me. They're out there saving people's lives.
I meet a lot of heroes in my patients that struggle, they get kicked around every day of their life. I see them as being very heroic. I'm not a hero.
All right, to learn more about these heroes, go to RotaCareNY.org.